Step 2 is we're going to start dealing with the pocket. Step 2 says press under 1/4 inch on upper edge of pocket. So we have our pocket, here's the top, this is the upper edge because this is our fold line. We're going to press under 1/4 inch. This is a handy dandy tool that you can use that has different measurements. It's basically a short ruler, but this slide moves. So if I want to press under 1/4 inch, I put it at 1/4 inch. And when I fold my fabric, the blue part is going to go right along the edge, if you can see that. And that to me shows me that that is exactly a 1/4 inch because the blue part is there and it's flush against the top. So I'm going to press, and it's 1/4 inch is really hard to press because it's super tiny. But if you just do it carefully, I'll let that sit there for a second while I get this side lined up. I'll get down here, get my end to be a 1/4 inch. If you don't have one of these, that's totally fine. Just eyeball it. It's not that big of a deal. It's a pocket. It's not going to make much of a difference. Okay, we did that. We pressed under 1/4 inch of pocket. Now it says to turn upper edge to outside along fold line. Here's our fold line. We are going to turn the upper edge to the outside along that line. Okay, I'm going to press that just so I don't lose my line. Doesn't have to be a heavy press, just a light press, just so that you know it keeps that line for you. Okay, so your pocket should look like this from the outside. You should see the raw edge is fold under 1/4 inch, and then you should see this is about 1 inch. Yeah. Should be about 1 inch. That's folded from, well, it's not even on that side. We're going to fold it a little bit more. Okay, from that line. Okay, and then it says stitch along seam line on raw edges. So what we're going to do is we are going to stitch 5/8 of an inch in all the way around along all the raw edges. And it's kind of a strange thing to do, but you will see why. So we will put our machine back to a straight stitch. We will line our fabric up with our 5/8 line. We'll start at one end. Let me make sure you want to make sure that your needle stops in your fabric when we get to the corner, and I will show you why. It's just like our pillows, okay? You get to about 5/8 and turn it and check. Yep, it's just at 5/8. So with your needle in, your presser foot comes up slightly, your needle stays down, and you're able to pivot your fabric any direction you want, so like a 90-degree angle. So now we can do 5/8 this direction. And as we're getting to the edge, we'll slow down. I'll check it. It's right about 5/8. And then we'll do this direction. And we'll go all the way to the top. Slow down as you go over this bump just to make sure that it lays flat. Finish your edge off. Trim. Step 2 wants us to trim these raw edges to 1/4 inch. So we are going to eyeball 1/4 inch to our stitching, and we're just going to cut right along here, just to the outside of our stitching, 1/4 inch. That way we don't have a bunch of bulk in the inside of our pocket, and the stitching we just did gives us a guideline. Okay, that is finished with step 2.